Draw 12. Woo! I think we attack in with Ghalta since it can't block anyway. It puts them down to 0. Now all we have to do is kill this thing and they die. Little Ulamog? How do we feel about that? How do we feel about that, Masika? They don't feel very good about it. What's up everyone, welcome back to the Carnarium. I'm Waste and I got another video for you today. We're gonna hop in the queue and play some Brawl with 5 mana Vorinclex. This card has a lot of text, so let me break it down for you. So Vorinclex is a mono green commander, legendary creature Phyrexian Praetor with trample and reach. When Vorinclex enters, search your library for up to 2 forest cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle. And then for 8 mana, 6 green, exile Vorinclex and return to the battlefield transformed under its owner's control, activate only as a sorcery, and it flips to this other side here, the Grand Evolution. So immediately we get mill 10 cards, put up to 2 creature cards from among the milled cards onto the battlefield. Then Chapter 2 distributes 7 +1/+1 counters among any number of target creatures you control. And Chapter 3, until end of turn, creatures you control gain 1 mana. This creature fights target creature you don't control. Exile this saga, then return to the battlefield front face up. So it returns as 5 mana Vorinclex, and then we get the ETB trigger again. So this is a subscriber requested deck. It's actually their personal Brawl deck that they play all the time. This subscriber is a huge advocate of everything green, ramp, giant creatures that ramp, and everything in between. So they sent me their list and I made a few minor tweaks to it, mainly because I didn't have enough wild cards to crack every single card. But this is 95% of the list that they gave me. So what is this deck trying to do? Well, we're trying to ramp into Vorinclex. Once we get Vorinclex down, we get 2 forests in our hand, and that helps us continue our mana. This deck has lots of sweet creatures that have other types of creature synergies and huge top end. We can draw tons of cards and take out anything that gets in our way. So if you're a fan of old-fashioned green stompy, then this deck is for you. Let's hop in the queue and see if we can get some wins with 5 mana Vorinclex. Alright, opponent gets to go first. We're playing against Kaijet, and they're playing Toulouse, Clever Conductor, which is an Esper commander. When Toulouse enters, it connives. Whenever you discard 1 or more cards, exile them from your graveyard. When Toulouse dies, put the cards exiled with it into their owner's hand. Okay, so basically it saves the cards you chuck in the bin for later, and then you get them back. Interesting. I don't think I've ever played against that commander, so not sure exactly how their deck works. We go second, but we have a forest, we have a Delighted Halfling, we technically have a second land. It's okay. It's a little slow, but we will have 2 mana on turn 2 into 4 mana on turn 3. So I think we keep this. Yeah, I think we keep this. It'd be much better if we were going first, but isn't that always the case? I mean, that's a good draw. No complaints there. So like I said in the intro, we're just trying to ramp, get to our mid and end game payoffs. This alchemy card. When this creature enters, target opponent reveals each non-land card in their hand. You choose one of them. That card perpetually gains when you cast this spell. Each opponent draws a card and loses 3 life. Okay. Or gains 3 life? And gains 3 life. Okay. So they draw a card and gain 3 life. We drew a land, which is sweet. I think against Esper, we really want to land ramp as much as possible. So I think we get down the Stomper to get out another land, especially because we're missing lands in our hand. We don't know if we're going to draw them. So at least now we have 4 mana. If we draw a land, then we have Vorinclex next turn. If we don't, we have some other stuff we can do. Spellbinder, sure. They kind of already know what's in my hand, so I'm curious what they take. They took the land? Okay, it was a tap land. We drew an untapped land. Nice. So we could Vorinclex. Is that the play? Probably. We'll pay 3 life, Vorinclex. Get 2 forests. Seems like they're running a lot of like Esper hand hate stuff, so having things to discard if we need to in our hand is good. Also just having land drops is good. But there we go, we did it. We successfully ramped into Vorinclex on curve. Board robber, I think this makes a treasure when they attack, yeah. And they scoop it up. Okay. Not sure if I'll put that game in the video, but just try to get in their head a little bit. They're an Esper. I mean, they've got to have removal, right? I mean, they're in the best removal colors. They must just not have had removal, and they scooped it up. Maybe they saw that we had ways of getting rid of their stuff, too. Because next turn we were going to have 6 mana, so we could do both of these next turn if we wanted. We also have loot in hand, so we could start getting card advantage that way. But, you know, let's say we blow these both up and attack in with Vorinclex. I mean, yeah, it's not looking great for them. I don't think they're out of the game by any means. They're at 28 life, but I guess that was too much for them. Mono green. Couldn't handle it. GG. Alright, we have to go first. We're playing against Masika, and they're playing Ghalta, Font of Hope, which is an angel commander, if I remember correctly. Each other angel you control enters the additional +1/+1 counter on it for each angel you already control, and then it is like a mana dork for angels. Alright, 2 lands, technically a 3rd land. Ram Through is kind of nice with Lovestruck Beast. Same with Hard Hitting Question. I think we keep. It's not great. It doesn't like super ramp us into Vorinclex, but it definitely helps us deal with Ghalta, so we can slow them down while we try to figure out our own stuff. Yeah, might as well just play this tapped. Not take the life if we don't have to. These both come into play untapped. Okay. Let's just get down the 1/1. That's the turn. I'm assuming they play their commander here. I mean, that's kind of what their deck does. That's a good draw. Okay. Well, we can't kill it this turn, right? I mean, we technically could if we burned both of these on the 1/1, right? Because these both are bite spells. They deal damage equal to its power, so it would do 1 damage and then 1 damage again. I mean, I don't really think that's worth it. I think getting down the A-Llanowar Elf is probably better. They get 1 turn with Ghalta. Yeah. Next turn we have 4 mana. They pass. It has Vigilance, so they're gonna attack me. Makes sense. Too bad we don't have a 2/2. We could have played the Lovestruck Beast, but then we'd be in the same position and we would be down a mana, so seems to just make sense to do it this way. Pearl Medallion. Angel of Vitality, another 2/2. Okay. Oh, never mind. 5/5. Okay. Lovestruck Beast. What is this? If you would gain life, you gain that much life +1. This creature gets +2/+2 as long as you have 25 or more life. And then it gets the +1 counter, so it's 5. So do we kill this or do we kill their commander? Probably the 5/5. I want to kill their commander, but I'm worried about that thing getting super big. And then we won't be able to deal with it. If we get a land, we can get Ghalta down. We already have 7 power down, so Ghalta's reduced by a lot. So they have 4 mana plus Ghalta plus a discount from Pearl Medallion, so they could put down a 6-drop if they have one. They're ramping harder than our green deck. It's kind of embarrassing. But they do have a, like, mana dork in the command zone, so it's not exactly a fair fight. 5/5 with Vigilance, I'm not too worried about just a straight up 5/5. Questing Beast. I think we have to kill their commander at this point. They might have a protection spell. Good for them if they do. And then let's attack like that. If they want to block, they can block. That's totally fine with me. Okay. So we set them back. They no longer have the benefit of their commander. If they want to replay it, they can. But they can't tap it this turn. They can't give it haste. At least in mono white, I don't think they're going to be able to. So they're just going to push the ramp. That's fine. Okay. So we can't Ghalta anymore because we got rid of the 5/5. We could Questing Beast. I really just think we get down Vorinclex. Once we get to 5 mana, we really want to get down our commander and keep the lands flowing, because these help us get into the rest of our stuff. You know, next turn we'll have 6 mana, so we can Storm the Festival or return to the Loamspeaker, draw 6. So the deck starts doing things around this point. Runa, okay. How big is that on its own? I know it eventually melds, but well, it's a 7/9 now. I guess it's a 5/7 on its own. Okay, well, we could Ghalta this turn and then return next turn for 12. Seems good. If we put down Ghalta, they might be hesitant to attack. I mean, they do have vigilant creatures, but still. We could also Storm the Festival. Nah, I think Ghalta's better. But they can just block with the 7/9, not great. No attacks. Let's see if they remember that Vorinclex has reach. Because they might go to attack with one of these creatures not realizing that. Obviously Bruna gets through, but the rest of their stuff does not. Okay. Yep, makes sense. Nope. No blocks. I think having Vorinclex on the battlefield is more valuable. They're gonna pop the Mind Stone. Okay, so they don't really have any action in their hand. That's good. Hopefully they drew a land or something not useful. Angel of Eternal Dawn. Becomes day. It can't become night. Your opponents can't cast spells with mana value greater than the number of turns they have begun. Okay. That's fine. I don't think we've really ramped at all, so that's not really a concern for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can make 5 mana with Nykthos. Do it like this. Draw 12. Woo! Alright. Do we have any fight spells? That would be beautiful right now. We got her, right? No? None? Oh, you're killing me. Wow. Okay. Well, we could go get a fight spell with Bala Ged Recovery, right? Do we have enough mana for that? We do. Okay, so little awkward, but we can do it. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature you don't control. So yeah, it's really tempting to get back Return of the Loamspeaker, but we gotta take care of this board situation. Which one's worse? Definitely the 7/9. Especially because this melds. We do not want it to meld. Okay, so next turn we're looking at 2/2, a 3/3, and a 5/7. They have 1 card in hand. They also have this book, which they can make something indestructible, or you can't lose the game, your opponents can't win the game. So can we attack with Ghalta? That's the question. I think we can. And I think we have to. That puts them on a 2-turn clock. They take it. Okay. Choose cards to keep. Alright. This gains us life, so we want to keep that. This destroys their whole board. We'll keep 1 land. Actually, we'll choose the land they don't know about. Questing Beast, Storm the Festival. Oh, actually, let's keep this land. This gives us tons of value. This draws us cards as well. Yeah, we'll do it like that. One time I read that wrong and I thought it was, these are the cards you want to discard, and I ended up discarding all the cards that I wanted to keep. It was very sad. Okay. You can't lose the game, your opponents can't win the game. Well, we can definitely keep ourselves from losing. Alright, Castle Garenbrig. Great Henge. Gain 2 life. Primeval Titan. How much mana do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let's do it like this. Monstrous Vortex. Primeval Titan. Sure. Draw a card. Prime time. Put some counters on it. What do we want? I think we want to keep the Boseiju in the deck. We want to keep the Plaza and the Shifting Woodland. Those would be 2 good ones. Nissa's nice. Garruk's Uprising. Sure. Okay, everything has trample. So they can't lose the game, but it doesn't stop them from losing life. So I think we attack in with Ghalta since it can't block anyway. It puts them down to 0. Now all we have to do is kill this thing and they die. Now obviously they're an angel deck that can gain life back, but we put them in this position where they have to protect this essentially. You can't lose the game, your opponents can't win the game. Okay, now we gotta get rid of that too. That's okay, we have plenty of fight spells in the deck. We also have Ulamog, so we can just exile both of these. And I think they lose on the spot. Gingerbread Cabin, make a food. OP, overpowered. Little Ulamog? How do we feel about that? How do we feel about that, Masika? They don't feel very good about it. Yeah, we were just gonna exile both of these and then they're at 0 life, so they just die on the spot. GG. GG. Mono green. Win games in the Brawl queue. Alright, we get to go first. We're playing against Plot Twist, and they're playing Nicol Bolas. Ooh, the 7 mana one too. So there's a bunch of modes on there. You can read them if you want. They all suck for our deck. That's all you need to know. We just really don't want them to resolve that Planeswalker. A lot of ramp though. So this is a wonderful hand. So we'll definitely keep. Now, how much of this stuff survives, we'll have to see. I imagine not a lot of it. We do have Cavern of Souls as well, which is super sweet. Really good against a blue deck. Blue to Delta. I'm guessing they're gonna get a Surveil land. They do. That's good. They didn't remove our creature on turn 1, so that's nice. Cavern of Souls. Yeah, I guess Avatar, right? Or Praetor? Phyrexian, maybe? Okay. No countering of Phyrexians. Into the north or Stomper. I think Stomper, let's maximize our mana while we have it. Turn this temporary, at least in this matchup, temporary mana into actual permanent mana. Okay. Representing counterspell mana. Play a land. We can Vorinclex here and they can't counter it, so that's what we're gonna do. Uncounterable. Get 2 lands. Oh yeah, these snow lands are in the deck for Into the North. That's the only reason they're in there. Because you have to get a snow basic, or a snow land card, so that's the only reason they're in there. They're probably gonna remove, yeah, Vorinclex here, that's fine. We should expect that in this matchup. Vorinclex is essentially just commander card advantage. It's a spell we always have access to, and we should be able to ramp enough to cast it multiple times. So no worries there. This is 7 or more lands, is that what it says? 7 or more, so we're close. into the north. And like I said, it's there to get the snow basic. And I guess we'll just get down another mana dork. Again, I'm trying not to overcommit. But we are outmatching the mana. They have 3 mana right now, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So they may have stuff that really wrecks our deck, but if we kill them before they can get to it, then it doesn't really matter. So that's kind of the goal here. I'd much rather they use their removal on our spell that we can cast over and over again than something like Ghalta, which can kill them really easily. I'd rather they use it on this and we still have this guy on the battlefield. Discard a card. We want to keep this because it hits a planeswalker. I guess we get rid of the forest. We're going to get rid of, you know, our mana dork, not really important. We could draw 4 here. We could play our commander. Yeah, what do we do? What do we do? I think we play our commander. This will get us a land. They can't counter it. We already used into the north, so it doesn't matter if we snag the last snow land. Let's go ahead and go to combat. Get you for 4, down to 16. So they really need like a wrath or something. Shock that in, okay. 5 mana. If Vorinclex survives, we're drawing 6 next turn. Ooh, Scarab God. That is a tough one for us. Plaza of Heroes is nice. Nice protection for whatever we need it to be. Is this an instant? It is an instant. That's pretty sweet. This comes down with 7 loyalty, though. Jeez. No way. No way. No way you're playing a Grixis control deck and you couldn't have 1 shred of patience while I thought about my decision. Get out of here. Weak. Weak. And that's coming from a control player. That's weak. Weak sauce. Scoop into a mono green deck. Psh, you don't deserve to run this card. Get out of here. Alright, opponent gets to go first. We're playing against Corn Frosty. Okay, and they're playing Captain Howler, Sea Scourge. So, is it Commander? Whenever you discard 1 or more cards, target creature gets +2/+0. Okay, so like self-discard. Whenever that creature does combat damage to a player this turn, you draw a card. Probably some type of like weird combo deck where they put this ability all on one creature and one-shot us, that's my guess. We have great ramp. It's a good creature. Let's see if we can come back from going second. Temple of Epiphany, they get to scry. That's not a bad land. So Forest, Utopia Sprawl, and green. If you're curious why I have mana rocks in the deck, it's just to speed up the ramp. Mana creatures are fine, like mana dorks like Elvish Mystic and stuff like that. But they're slow because they come into play and they can't tap right away. Mana rocks can tap for mana right away, so that's why they're in the deck. Like, this is a good example of that. So we can Iron Crag for 2, then we have the mana right away to up the Beanstalk. If this was a 2-mana mana dork, we couldn't have done that. And then harvest. Okay. G. Alright, so we can Vorinclex, right? And it has reach. Draw a card. Bala Ged Recovery, that's cool. Decline. Leave the snowlands in, like we talked about. Oh, discard a card. Sure. I was like, I thought I already played my land this turn. I did. Just asking to discard a card. Captain Howler. It is a 5/4, it's not a bad body. Okay. We can make double mana with Nissa if we want. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we could have enough mana for something else. That would force them to attack it, right? Do you think this deck runs like Lightning Bolt and stuff? I'm not really keen on making my land into a creature this early on. But it does give them something that they need to focus on, so let's do it. It also draws us a card with a Beanstalk. Plus, I think I'm just going to submit 0 here. And then Fanatic of Rhonas. We get to Connive, because we played our second spell. It's until end of turn, right? End of turn, yeah. Okay, no attacks. Vorinclex has reach, so we have great blockers against their board, and Nissa is a problem. They need to get rid of this ASAP. Okay. Alchemy card. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, you may discard a card. If you do, seek a card with greater mana value. Exile. Until next turn, you may play the exiled card. Okay? Nothing. Sweet. So we have double mana. So what is it? QQ? Oh, take it easy, Arena. We have 11 mana. Okay. 11 mana. So what do we do with 11 mana? I think we choose non-land here. See what we get. Railway Brawler. That's sweet. Play that guy. Draw a card without the Beanstalk. Yeah, Ledger Shredder. There was some stick there. Interesting. Okay. We have 5 mana left over. 5, 6 mana left over. Ferocious, add green, green, green. Activate only if you have a creature with power 4 or greater. Well, we do. We actually have 2. So we have 9 mana still. Yeah. Okay. What is it? 5 or greater? Yeah. Okay. Questing Beast. Mana Drain. Okay. Resolve. 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 Goreclaw. Done. Decline. It's an 8/7. We can start turning our creatures into lands. We might want to, right? Because their deck kind of, yeah. We also get mana for this as well.
Harness the elements.
So we get double mana here, so we have 3 mana. We can get back Questing Beast if we really want to. Sure, why not? They didn't want us to have it, so I kind of want it back. No attacks. Let's see if they can get through a 6/6, a 5/5, and an 8/7. They add the mana for Mana Drain, so they might be able to have a big turn here. We'll see. Smuggler's Copter, sure. If they attack Nissa, I'm just gonna block. And I don't care if this thing gets big or kills our Vorinclex. What is it? Enter as any creature. Railway Brawler, okay. Storming off here. It just increases the power, but not the toughness. No attacks. Okay. Why is Questing Beast reduced by 2? Ah? Why do people keep scooping so early? Maybe they saw me looking at questing beasts here. Storm the Festival is pretty nice too. I think we were about to have a turn. I mean, we had some options. We could have stormed the festival, obviously questing beasts. We're getting close to ultimating Nissa. Not quite there, but we're 2 turns away. We could also just, you know, flip Vorinclex. Everything has trample because of Goreclaw. And they would have to block, right? I don't know. I think that's an early scoop from them, but they have 1 card in hand. It must be like a land or something like that, because this isn't like a terrible board, but I think they saw the writing on the wall. Mono green, taken down is it? GG. All right, we get to go first. We're playing against Rashid, and they're playing Tatiova Benthic Druid. I think we all know what this card does. Ramp, 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 draw cards, gain life. Is this a good hand? They're gonna ramp as well, so this is kind of okay. I think we mulligan this. Railway Brawler. This is even worse. I'm gonna mulligan again. Okay, ramp, and then Primetime and Ulamog. Ugh. Well, we get to go first, so let's just hope that we draw into some other stuff, because I don't really want to go down to 5 cards. I was hoping for a nice little curve, you know, like 3-drop, 3-drop, you know. Have you heard of those, deck? So, well, we'll have 4 mana on turn 3, so that turns on a lot of the cards in our deck. So a lot of the draws we could draw are live. But right now, we're looking at turn 4 Vorinclex into turn 5 Primeval Titan into turn 6 Ghalta. It's not bad. It's just not really as fast as I was hoping. Would you like to attack me? See, like next turn they're already gonna have Tatiova. Would have been cool if we had a A-Llanowar Elf somewhere in here. Well, at least it's a 3-drop, right? Yeah, I mean, not gonna complain about a spell that we can actually cast, so. And we actually have 3 green mana to cast it. Oracle, okay. Sure. So next turn we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But because of Castle, we can prime time. So I think that's what we do. Tribute will draw us a card. Take action. What do we grab? Cavern, probably, and Nykthos. We are playing against a blue deck, so you never know. Radagast, that's a sweet draw. Okay. Deck's starting to come together. Tatiova, let me guess, into a fetch land? No. Just a normal land. Well, a scry land, but no fetch. Alright. They have 6 power to block the prime time. Let's see if they do. Plaza. Target creature can't block this turn's pretty nice. Gingerbread Cabin gives us a... Shifting Woodland's probably better, right? Yeah, sure, why not? This gives us utility land options. It has trample, so... if I was them, I would just take it. I mean, Tatiova gains a lot of life. So... they don't need to block here. But I'm giving them the option if they want to get rid of Primetime, which... they may want to get rid of Primetime. Opponent, are you salty roping me this early in the game? Is it because I have more lands than you, and you're the ramp deck? Hello? Rashid? Where'd you go? Oh, there you are, okay. Now what? So... let's get down Radagast. And then we still have... yeah, we'll definitely have enough mana for Ghalta. Trigger, trigger, trigger. Decline. Yeah. Take that. Ghalta. Trigger, trigger, trigger. Decline. Yeah. And they get to see it too. Outcaster Trailblazer. Trigger, trigger, trigger. Let's add a green mana. We got a fight spell as well. Let's go ahead and kill your Tatiova. Yes. Rashid, where are you going? Rashid! Get out of here, Simic. Alright, deck review time. So, 5 mana Vorinclex. I think we got to see how if we get to 5 mana, we get Vorinclex down, we get the 2 forests, the engine starts churning, right? Engine go burr. All it really takes is Vorinclex plus another couple pieces, and the opponent gets overwhelmed. We saw a lot of opponents scoop early. The deck has a lot of fight and bite spells as well, which really help tame other decks. Something that green's really sort of bad at is removal, which can result in weird battle cruiser style games with normal mono green decks where you have a big board, the opponent has a big board, and you're just kind of staring at each other, seeing who flinches first. But this deck takes action instead. It actually removes the opponent's stuff so that we can make way for our big beaters. So I really like this list. I like the curve of the deck. I think we have just the right amount of ramp, removal, card advantage, and top end to make the deck consistent and fun. It's really hard to be a mono green deck in Brawl. There are just so many powerful spells in all the other colors that it can be hard for a mono green deck to keep up. But I think this deck does a really good job of giving you options so that you can fight your way through difficult situations and win games. And I think that's what any of us are looking for in any kind of deck, whether it's a mono green deck or our favorite multicolor deck. We don't want the deck to feel one-dimensional. We want it to have options. We want to have tools at our disposal so that we can get out of certain situations. And my personal beef with most mono green decks is that they don't really have those tools, but I feel like this deck does. And so as a black mage at heart, I give this mono green list my stamp of approval. Deck list is in the description. Go ahead and check it out for yourself. Make sure while you're here you like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested, join the channel Discord. That's where subscribers from the channel talk about Magic and request decks for me to try. Discord link in the description. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.